welcome back to Cindy's Library. So today I want to talk about Howl's Moving Castle. So, more of you may be familiar with the Studio Ghibli film, which is a wonderful film. I absolutely love it. But it is definitely somewhat different from the book. Not in its original conception. I mean, you still have Sophie, the eldest daughter, who is fated to take over the hat shop and is stuck there because that's what happens with eldest daughters. And she ends up getting cursed by the Witch of the Waste and gets turned into a 90-year-old woman. And so she goes off to seek her fortune, as one does. So she ends up at the wizard's Howl's moving castle. So far it's just like the movie. But there are some definite differences. For one thing, there are a lot of characters that were not included in the movie. Sophie has two sisters, Letty and Martha. And Letty, well, she is sent to Caesarea's pastry, but she doesn't want that, so she goes to Mrs. Fairfax, who knows something about magic and moves in society. And Martha, who is sent to Mrs. Fairfax, trades places and goes to Caesarea. But that still leaves Sophie. And we've got the king's brother, Prince Justin, who went after the wizard Solomon, and now they're both missing, thanks to the Witch of the Waste. And so the king is wanting Howl not to help him with a war, but to help him find his royal magician and his brother. And we also meet Howl's old tutor, Madame Parsimeon or something like that. We also meet Miss Angora, who has a way of throwing a wrench into everything. But it's still very much the case that just about everyone except for Howl's apprentice Markle has problems in his castle. So, very interesting. So no focus on war, but very much a focus on trying to undo a bunch of curses, shall we say. Sophie is quite timid at first, but once she's turned 90, she's like, well, what is anyone gonna do to me at this age? And so she becomes quite an outspoken and when Howl's misbehaving, rather grumpy old woman. And Howl does have a tendency to misbehave. He supposedly has this bad reputation of eating maidens' hearts. And it is true, he is a heartbreaker. And it's not 100% his fault, perhaps. The contract he is under, at least, does not help things whatsoever. But Hal is very much, he's not a wimp when it comes to wizardry. He actually is a genius when it comes to that. And as Sophie would put it, he is a slitherer outer. He doesn't like being pinned down. Fortunately, he knows about this about himself, but it leads to some interesting results. including being made the royal wizard when he doesn't want to be made the royal wizard. Anyway, plenty of fun, plenty of romance. Howl's Moving Castle is a wonderful location. Oh, I should also say the square on the dial that changes the door um, from where it is going to open up onto, the one that is black that opens into this weird dark world in the movie, it actually opens to Hal's hometown in Wales in our world. And we even get to go there and visit with him, which is very, very fun. I can understand how his sister helped him become the person he is. And I can also understand how he helped his sister become the person she is. But he's everyone's favorite uncle, at least, so that's something. Anyway, Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones. It is a marvelous book. Highly, highly recommend it. In fact, I like it so much, I got this Folio Society edition with a bit of silver here on the front, and a couple flecks of silver on the back with the spider's web. It has several illustrations in here. This is the first one. Sophie working in the hat shop. And it comes with this lovely case. And it has gorgeous end papers too. So very, very lovely. But you don't need such a fancy edition to read it. There are plenty of other editions for you to choose from, depending on what your budget is. Or you could probably find it in the library these days. It's certainly been out long enough. So if you're interested in, I guess I'd have to call it a YA-ish fantasy, and haven't tried Diana Wynne Jones, I can definitely recommend her. So that's all I have for today. I thank you for stopping by. If you've read Howl's Moving Castle, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. So feel free to leave a comment. So until next time, I hope we all stay healthy and happy. And as always, happy reading.